Good afternoon. Welcome to the Kahnawà 911 briefing. This is February 26th. It's briefing number 182. And thank you for being here. We organized an emergency briefing just so we can give some updated information about vaccinations. As you know, information changes on a regular basis. And so as of this morning, we do have updated information to give you, which is exciting. We had originally announced that vaccinations would start for 85 and over on March 11th. However, as of this morning, we have information that we will have vaccination doses available as of next week, and therefore we will start our vaccinations 1 week early. So vaccinations will begin on March 5th, next Thursday, for 85-year-olds and up, as well as for anybody who is accompanying the 85-year-old elders who are over 70. So those people can be vaccinated as of next Thursday. So how are we going to make appointments? For the time being, appointments will be made by calling KMHC at our regular hospital number 450-638-3930 at extension 2295 or extension 2206. You can start calling to book your appointment on Monday at 1 o'clock. And after 1 o'clock, of course. So as of Monday at 1 o'clock, please do not call sooner. We are not equipped to take your call nor to book your appointment until Monday at 1. And we'll be booking appointments all the way as long as we need to. Some people, of course, may not hear this briefing. We have different methods that we will be delivering the information through, so different media outlets, as well as some of our known community members who are already receiving services through KMHC Home Care will receive phone calls directly from us, but we ask that if you can to call and book your appointment as of Monday at 1 o'clock. And appointments will be on March 5th as well as March 6th, so next Thursday and Friday during the day. So we'll be clarifying the schedule and the time of your appointment when you call in. Just a reminder that you have to have an appointment. So if you show up at the bingo hall on next Thursday or Friday for a vaccination, we will not be able to receive you unless you already have an appointment booked. And again, we are only booking for people who are 85 years old and older. When you call to make your appointment, it is important that you have your Medicare card number available with you, and if you're calling for somebody, that you have date of birth as well. And we're going to have a communique that will be released on our Facebook page, online, and all of our media outlets so that you have access to this information following our presentation of today. We also wanted to mention that it is best if somebody can accompany you to your appointment. So if somebody can bring you in, that would be great. But we know that we have some community members who live alone, who don't drive, who absolutely cannot find transportation in for the appointment. And therefore, for those people, when you do call to make your appointment, if you can let us know so that we can help and arrange transportation if required. So thank you to David Scott, who will work with us to arrange transportation for those community members who really can't find their way in for the vaccine. So we receive a lot of questions about people who are homebound, who normally would receive their flu vaccine at home from our home care workers. The Moderna and Pfizer vaccines cannot be delivered to homes. So we will do everything in our power to help you get to the vaccination site, whatever that might be for those who normally are homebound or who are not at all mobile. And again, you just have to let us know when you call, and we'll help you make arrangements. Once we've completed vaccinating people in the community who are 85 years old and older, we will move on to the next prioritization. We have not mentioned this information in the past, but we wanted to clarify today that we start with 85 and up, and then we move to the next level, which is 70 to 85. So that group will be prioritized secondly. And only once that group is completed vaccination, then we will move to mass vaccination in the community. So I don't want to give too many dates now, because as you see, things change on a day-to-day basis. So we do have clearly identified that next Thursday and Friday we will be doing 85-year-olds and over, and following that we will give more dates for the week after for 70 and up. And so that's the information that I wanted to give you today. One thing that I wanted to mention, although this is really exciting news, but after the vaccine, just a reminder, it takes at least 3 weeks to develop any type of antibodies. And therefore, we have to maintain measures after the first dose: distance, hygiene, masking, checking in on each other's well-being is very, very important. So we do not get the vaccine and then go home and think that we are safe, and we'll be making sure to communicate this information regularly so that people are aware. Once you have your first dose, you do not develop any type of immunity until at least 3 weeks. The older we are, the longer it takes to develop immunity. Therefore, until we've gone through second doses and until further information, we have to maintain measures in the community to protect our elders and protect our most vulnerable. This is really important. So with this exciting news, with the wonderful weather that's announced for this weekend, we know that people are, excited. I know I am, and we have to just keep on track and remember the importance of the measures that we have in place right now and the safety that we've maintained within the community as we move through the coming weeks. So we can be excited, we can share that joy with others, but we have to do that in a safe way. So please not to forget, especially during the week off, that that we have to maintain all measures of distance, hygiene, masking, and well-being. So with that, I'm going to pass the mic on to Lloyd. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Lisa. Certainly, we're glad to be here to have some positive news for the community that the vaccination is going to be starting earlier than we anticipated. And like she mentioned, some of the dates are we don't want to have too many solid dates because certain things are beyond our control in terms of the supply of the vaccine and such. And in this case, a lot of hard work done by Kahnawà Hospital and their team has certainly paid off for our community. Just to emphasize a couple of points, just to clarify, that is March 4th, Thursday, March 4th, that is the date that will be starting the vaccination. Also, our goal is to have 80% plus of the community vaccinated. We know some people, for whatever their personal preferences, they don't want to have a vaccine. That's a personal choice, but we're certainly highly encouraging every Kahnawà to get a vaccine. That's the solution to this pandemic, which we all been living in over the past year. As well as we did receive confirmation that the second dose will be made available to everybody. I know there was some discussion in the media and such, and whether or not a second dose was going to be available or required. But we did receive confirmation that definitely there will be a second dose delivered, at the appropriate time. One final point I just want to raise, because I know a lot of people have been asking the question about why two separate vaccines, why some people getting Pfizer and some other ones getting the Moderna. Which is a valid question. But first, the Pfizer vaccine and the Moderna vaccine, although I'm certainly not the expert on it, they are very similar vaccines. They call them mRNA type vaccines, and it's a newer technology, but it's also a very safe technology. They're made by obviously separate manufacturers. And really, a lot of it is based upon supply and demand. When we have a opportunity to get a vaccine for the community, whether that be Pfizer or whether that be Moderna, as a task force, we will take whatever vaccine is available. They are both proven to be very effective, both proven to be very safe. There already have been a number of Kahnawà who have been vaccinated, and we had zero adverse side effects. So I just want want to reassure the community that no, they're both very well documented to be safe and very, very effective in the community. So whether it's the Pfizer or whether it is the Moderna, no, at the end of the day, it's a vaccine against COVID-19, and it's our way of ending this pandemic. So with that, I thank you very much, and we'll be in touch soon. Again, a lot of information this past week on Facebook Live. We will continue to give updates as required, not just on Facebook, but through various other medias, as Lisa had mentioned. So with that, thank you very much, and anigawahi.